On February 1 this year, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the Interim Budget for 2024. This year, the budget will be a little different from a full budget because it is being presented during an election year. What is the difference? Click the link in the description for a detailed video. Today, we talk about how to understand the budget and who are the key people behind creating the fine print. Hello and welcome, I'm Pallavi Sharma and you are watching etnow. Let's begin. Budget is one of the most significant events that take place in the country with a political and economic perspective. A ton of things are announced in the budget and these policies shape the future of the country. But how do you decode the fine print? Let's understand some basic terms. Starting with the economic survey. Finance Ministry releases the economic survey on the eve of the budget presentation. This summarizes the performance of the economy in the previous fiscal year. Second, finance bill. It is presented in the Lok Sabha with the union budget. The proposals of the government to make new tax changes modifying existing tax structures are presented through this bill. It comes with the memorandum containing explanations of the provisions included in the bill. The bill needs to be passed in the Parliament within 75 days of its introduction. Third, GDP or Gross Domestic Product. It is the total market value of all finished goods and services produced in the country in a specific period. Fourth, fiscal deficit. It is the extent to which the government spends more money that it brings in, which means that it is the government spendings minus the revenue. This excludes the money borrowed from the markets. It is measured as a percentage of the GDP. Last year, the aim was to bring the fiscal deficit down 5.9% of the GDP. Let's see if they were able to achieve that. Fifth, primary deficit. It is the fiscal deficit minus the interest payment on borrowing. When the government spends more than what it earns, it creates a primary deficit. If it crosses the limit, it can adversely impact the economy. Sixth, capital expenditure. This is the money that the government spends on creating and acquiring assets, infrastructure, or investments that bring in revenue. Basically, the expense of building the economy. Seventh, disinvestment. Government sells the shares of the public sector companies to raise funds. This is called disinvestment. This helps in reducing the debt. Eighth, guillotine. In case that the budget is not passed within the allocated time, the Speaker can apply guillotine where any remaining demands for grants are put to vote without any further discussion to make the process quicker. Ninth, Consolidated Fund of India. It includes all government revenues such as market borrowings, receipts from loans and others. To spend money out of this fund, parliamentary approval is required and most of the expenses are funded from here. 10th, Contingency Fund. It funds all the expenses that are required for unforeseen events or national emergencies. It is at the disposal of the President of India. 11th, Public Account. This is used for transactions where the government acts as a banker, like for provident funds, small savings and more. These funds don't belong to the government, must be returned to the depositors. 12th, Budget Estimate. This is the estimated allocation to all tasks and ministries. It is an estimate because it is not the final commitment made by the government and it is like an upper limit for expenditure. Key members of Finance Ministry behind the budget are Revenue Secretary Sanjay Malhotra, Secretary of Economic Affairs Department Ajay Seth, Secretary of Investment and Public Asset Department Tuhin Kanta Pandey, Secretary of the Financial Services Department Vivek Joshi, Finance Secretary T.V. Somanathan and Chief Economic Advisor Ananta Nageshwaran. For more such news and views and updates on budget this year, keep watching etnow.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to etnow.